As we take a look at the Chicago street course, we think about drivers that we know are going to be good at this street course, even though they've never done one before, and maybe some drivers with a lot on the line. So that's what we're going to hit in this portion of Motormouths. I'm going to take Chase Elliott to start with, because we all know he can point his way in with a miracle mathematical equation before the playoffs start, but he really needs to win a race. That's the way to get in. That's the sure way. And I think he could do it here. And the reason is because everyone is on a level playing field. Chase talked to us after the race on Sunday. I asked him, was there anything that he wanted to do differently, or what did he need in the coming 9 races to make it to the playoffs? He said, just doing more of the same. They ran strong. They weren't the fastest at the right time, but he said that's just what he needs to do, more of that. So this weekend, look for Chase Elliott to find a way to victory lane and perhaps then put himself easily into the playoffs.
You know, one of the drivers I'm looking at this weekend here in Chicago is Austin Cindric. And since he finished 6th at COTA earlier this season, he's finished 25th or worse in 8 of the next 11 races. And he was on a media call with us this week, and he says, man, the last few weeks have been frustrating. And the last few weeks before that have been frustrating. This is a driver, this is a team that really kind of needs to pick things up, because after COTA, he was 10th in points. Now entering this weekend at Chicago, he's 22nd in points. Again, there's a way to point his way in, but really looking at trying to win his way in to make the playoffs. So, trying to turn things around. Big weekend for Austin Cindric.
And the driver he's going to have to beat, and the whole field has circled, is AJ Allmendinger. For obvious reasons, he's probably the best road course stock car driver in the world right now. And what makes him so good is he's incredibly good at technical sections, which this racetrack is basically entirely full technical sections. What I mean by that, he's highly disciplined on getting his car slowed to a min speed point in the center of these corners, unlike anyone else. And that sounds very rudimentary, but trust me, it's not easy to do. He also has one other thing up his sleeve, which is he can hustle a race car unlike anyone else. And that there's a section of this racetrack from over in 8, 9, 10, 11 that requires an incredible amount of hustle. It means just making the race car make speed, doing things it doesn't want to do. And AJ Allmendinger is some of the best at that. So I believe if you got a favorite for this weekend, plus he has the street course experience in Oatmeal, you'd have to look at AJ Allmendinger as the biggest favorite.
So my question is there anything that Martin Truex cannot do? He seems to prove over and over again that he's the best at this, the best at that, says he might want to retire last year, and then comes back and wins multiple times this year. I'm thinking the guy just always comes in with the attitude of, this is mine until you take it from me. That's a veteran attitude that he's always brought to the road courses that he's been on, and he's been very successful there. So this weekend, Martin Truex could certainly be the first one, the one to win the inaugural race at the Chicago street course.
Come on, guys. We're here in Chicago. You're forgetting this. This was the city that Michael Jordan had all his success with the Chicago Bulls. Now he's the co-owner of 2311 Racing. He's got Tyler Reddick as one of his drivers. And I think what's really interesting about Tyler Reddick is, Tyler talked about previously is how he was not a good road course racer. It goes back to the 2020 Charlotte Roval race, and he was just in Kevin Harvick's way and really and just was braking a lot sooner and just really struggled, and used that off season to really work on his road course abilities. And then later in 2021, he won the pole at COTA and scored a top 10. And since that COTA race, he's won 3 times on road courses, and he has 9 top 10s in 14 races. In the last year, he's won at Road America, he's won at COTA, he's also won at Indianapolis. I don't think you can discount Tyler Reddick even on this tight street course.
Dustin, I like that, the MJ factor. And don't forget when you can tune in to see the races this weekend. Saturday it'll be on USA Network. Sunday will be all NBC. Make sure you tune in and watch both the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series on the streets of Chicago.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.